Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Optica, where we invite you to open your eyes to see what God is doing. We want to thank you for being a faithful listener and or subscriber of Optica and Pastor Salguero. We encourage you to share what you're learning, share what you're listening to, and hopefully it'll be an inspiration to somebody else. Today's topic is a good one. Today, we want to talk about cultivating habits of healthy leadership. Now, look, this could be a 2-hour program because there are so many habits that lead to healthy leadership. So, this is not an exhaustive list. Footnote, not an exhaustive list. But I think I want to underscore some of these basic principles that have helped me. Hopefully, they'll help you as you cultivate your leadership mentality and how you serve other people. So let's get ready. Take out your cup of coffee, your pen, your pencil, your iPad, wherever you take notes, and let's journey together on cultivating habits of healthy leadership. Let's start with this one, and this is a good one. I've heard Adam Grant and others speak or write about it. Cultivating a growth mindset. A growth mindset. The truth is that one of the challenges of leading consistently and being forward thinking is that we can settle into a static mindset or a maintenance mindset. So, what is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is to be forward thinking, always curious and wondering, always willing to learn. Forward thinking, embracing curiosity and wonder, willing to embrace the posture of a learner. Am I willing to learn? Am I willing to try new things? And so growth mindset is deeply rooted in curiosity, wonder, a posture as a learner, and forward thinking. Growth mindset is you embrace challenges. And I want to be honest with you, this one's difficult for me because sometimes we're conflict avoiders or we run away from challenges. But did you know that embracing challenges helps you to grow as a person, as a leader, as a servant? And so part of having a habit of healthy leadership is the willingness to embrace challenges, even if they make us uncomfortable. And so curiosity, wonder, a posture of being a learner, forward thinking, and embracing challenges. Here's another thing in the growth mindset, and this one's difficult for me. Learn from criticism. Oftentimes, when we assume a leadership role, we're either appointed or we've reached a leadership level, we think we're above criticism. But sometimes the best way to learn is from criticism. Now, I'm not talking about what young people call the haters, people who just critique just to critique, but constructive criticism, people who offer their opinions or opine so that you and I can grow or the organizations we can serve grow. So learn from criticism, embrace challenges, embrace a mindset of curiosity and forward thinking, and of course, assume the posture of a learner. You want a healthy habit of being a healthy leader? It is a growth mindset. Number 2, relational intelligence. You see, we can't go anywhere if we don't travel with people. You know the African proverb. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go with people. And so perhaps many of you who've listened to our podcast have read Daniel Goleman's great work and writings on emotional intelligence. It's not just emotional intelligence, it's relational intelligence. Do we have the capacity to listen deeply? Many of us wrongly assume that being a leader is speaking a great deal and listening very little. But the truth is, the healthiest leaders listen, and they listen deeply. They listen to understand. They listen to comprehend. Relational intelligence is the capacity to listen deeply to actually care about what people have to offer and what they're going through. Secondly, part of relational intelligence is investing in people. It's the mindset of, I win when we win. So to invest in people is not always easy. If you're like me, that is often busy and, quite frankly, embraces too many projects at the same time, investing in people is often a slow and long process. But the harvest, what it yields, the productivity in investing in people is immeasurable. And so part of relational intelligence, which is part of a healthy leadership culture and healthy leadership habits, is having the intelligence to understand that when I invest in people, if they win, I win. So one healthy habit is relational intelligence. Another is a growth mindset. Here's a third one that I think is in high supply and low demand: integrity. Integrity. It comes from the Spanish and the Latin root integral, from which you get the English term integer. It means to be whole, to be complete. It doesn't mean to be perfect, but integrity really conveys the concept or the idea of consistency. When people say you're a person of integrity, that means you're dependable, that your words and your actions line up, that you say what you're going to do and you do what you're going to say. So integrity comes from a place of wholeness. You can't imagine how many leaders are leading from emptiness or leading from some place that has a void in their lives, and they use people to fill their voids through projects, through goals. And instead of having a genuine relationship, because they don't have integrity, they don't come with a whole and healed self to a conversation, they use people transactionally. We have to cultivate integrity. And let me tell you, that's hard work, because that requires deep introspection, reflection on the areas where I need to grow, that I need to improve, that I need to heal, the areas where I need mentorship or tweaking or, quite frankly, correction, or things that I may need to abandon altogether so that I can lead with integrity. A healthy habit for healthy leadership is integrity. Living a whole life where your actions and your words and your character line up. And so if you're following, you have a list already of 3. You have growth mindset, you have relational intelligence, and you have the habit cultivating the character of integrity. This 4th one is actually the one most people lead with: visionary clarity. Clarity of where you're going. Clarity of your purpose and the purpose of the organization, the structure, the ministry, the not-for-profit that you lead. And let me tell you, it sounds easy. It's not just vision, it's visionary clarity. But the only way you and I can get to clarity is if we spend time in reflection, thinking about and thinking through. Thinking about and thinking through. Why do I do what I do? What is the foundational principle or value that drives this mission or this calling or this task or this initiative? Visionary clarity only rises from deep reflection, deep meditation, deep prayer, to think deeply about why you're doing what you're doing. And once you've thought deeply about it, then you can communicate it more clearly and more pithily. It sharpens our focus when we reflect on something. So, for example, if you start a not-for-profit in Florida, there's Advent Health. I love it because they have a pithy understanding of why they exist: to extend the healing ministry of Christ. So everywhere you walk in one of the Advent health hospitals or emergency rooms, as soon as you walk in, you'll see Advent Health extending the healing ministry of Christ. I'm impressed because although it's a short statement, It shows deep reflection. They know why they exist. That's visionary clarity. Visionary clarity is a deep sense of purpose that is clearly communicated. A deep sense of purpose that is clearly communicated. And that clarity can only come when we reflect very deeply. And so I submit to you that although many of us know about cultivating these habits or virtues or character virtues, on how to lead in healthy ways, how to be a healthy leader, what some people call a great leader, of having a growth mindset, of leading with relational intelligence, of cultivating integrity, of communicating with visionary clarity. I want to be clear. There are obstacles to this. There are obstacles to creating a growth mindset in ourselves and the people we lead. Because frankly, if something is working, we may not challenge ourselves to innovate, to think of new ideas. I'll give you the word: comfort. Your church grows, you get to a certain number, you get comfortable. You have success in your business, you get comfortable. And you refuse to ask yourself the hard question of what's next? How do we continue to serve with excellence? What can I learn? What haven't I learned? What disruptive technologies or practices may be coming down the pipeline that will impact how we serve people or how we lead people? Growth mindset is often mitigated because of complacency and comfort that leads to a static mindset. Well, you know how relational intelligence has a great foe. The great foe is selfishness. Why should I care if somebody else wins? Why should I invest in someone else when I have enough trouble investing in me? Because there is no individual self that can live in the world without relating to other people in ways that transforms the world. So investing in other people is investing in the transformation and the healing of the world. And this is a challenge because oftentimes we're trained in certain corporate cultures and in certain religious cultures to be highly individualistic. And relational intelligence has to be cultivated. Empathy has to be cultivated. Listening deeply has to be cultivated. Wanting to invest in other people and in future generations has to be cultivated. Integrity? Listen, the biggest challenge to integrity is not that people don't want to be honest and truthful. It's that we often make small compromises that eventually catch up to us. The phrase, well, it's a minor thing. We can compromise on this. Well, this other thing is, it's not a big deal. We can compromise. But all of those small compromises, one by one, they begin to eat at the integrity of the person who leads and the institutions that they are leading. Integrity has to come with moral fortitude to say, I will not compromise on the little things that eat away at my wholeness or my integrity or the integrity of the organization that I lead. And of course, the biggest challenge to clarity is busyness. You know that a lot of CEOs and leaders just focus on the very next thing, but not on long term, why we're here. So you're a pastor, you're just focusing on next Sunday. How do we get through next Sunday? You're a manager. How do I get through this week of sales or this quarter of sales? Visionary clarity comes from stepping back and asking the purpose question. Why did I plant this church? Why was this organization started? Why did I start this music career? Why did we start this family? So visionary clarity pushes away the busyness to hyper focus on purpose and the sense of calling or vocation. Hey, what I'm hoping for is that in the midst of these distractions, in the midst of all the things that pressure us, things we have to do that we can't ignore, that we continue to invest and cultivate in habits that lead to healthy leadership or great leadership, namely a growth mindset, relational intelligence, integrity, and visionary clarity. I hope this has been an inspiration for you, and I hope that week after week that you are somehow learning or we're learning together. I invite your comments. Write to us, DM us on one of our pages or right here on one of our social media platforms at Pastor Salguero or Optica. Till the next time, this is Gabe Salguero, thanking you for being a part of our audience and reminding you, keep your eyes wide open to see what God is doing.